what's concerning to me, Chris, more than anything, is the drawdown in supply from the London Metals Exchange, from the COMEX, backdooring metal out of the ETFs. I mean, we're since, and you're talking gold too. We've seen almost 550 tons of gold come out of the COMEX and the London Metals Exchange, literally since the end of April. And when you look at all the metal that is leaving the US, the numbers came out at negative 136 tons of gold were shipped out, and in August. And who's buying all of that? Well, if you look at the numbers, you can see it's Hong Kong, it's Malaysia, it's Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Turkey, India, China. These countries are massively accumulating metal as the supplies from the top are being drawn down. You see the Russian government remove the VAT tax and the capital gains tax on precious metals, imploring their citizenry to buy it. You see importations into silver, of silver into India that will be as much as 50 million ounces already for the year, and their premiums are triple what they have normally been. So you're seeing the world accumulate metal. At the same time, the official stockpile of the US hasn't changed. So where is it all coming from? Well, it's interesting that you notice a massive drawdown in supply from the LME and from the COMEX. They're being bled dry. At the same time, massive imports are moving eastward. And there was an article just we were talking offline in Fox News the other day that talked about record imports into China. And so what concerns me more than anything is that you have the whole globe awoken to inflation, into geopolitical issues, into, half the refineries in Europe won't take our orders or are reluctant to do it because they're concerned about keeping the lights on with the energy problem into the winter. And all of the refineries here in the US are running at max capacity and are 90 days out. So when you talk about premiums that continue to escalate in the retail market, that's true. But what's even more frightening is the fact that from the COMEX to the London Metals Exchange to the ETFs, where you're seeing a continual, every single day, drawdown of silver by the authorized participants at SLV, the biggest money in the world is pulling their metal off the exchanges, getting it out of harm's way, removing counterparty risk. And these are the epicenters of where the bars that are ground down into shot to make the planchets, to make the coins come from. And so if you can't get the bars from the very, very top, and it's already tight as hell in the wholesale market, in the retail market, heck, $7 over spot is cheap for a 1 ounce coin these days. This is what I've been talking about. And this is, as you and I and the people that watch this show and the people that I talk to every week, we're the pimple on the elephant's ass. And the pimple's grown. It's grown. It's a big one now. It's a big pimple, but it's still a pimple on the elephant's ass. When the elephant turns around and there's something that makes it say, hey, gosh, I need some gold and silver, it's already so hard to get right now, Chris, that I think it's going to define this market. And I would venture to say that you got about a week or more, maybe 10 days before, if you're not buying something right now, you will not get product into 2023. It'll be into 2023 before you get it, because everything starts to slow down around Christmas time anyway, and stuff is running by and large at a delay right now, 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. It's getting tough, it's getting tight, and I don't see it getting better, honestly.
Yeah, and you and I have talked a bit offline over the past couple of weeks that some of the wholesalers that you go to, a lot of the products just, there's delays or they're simply unavailable. Can people come in and buy 5,000 or 10,000 ounces of silver now? Do they have to face just limited selection of what's available, or what is actually out there that people can get at the current time?
I've been, for the last 2 years, I have been loading up on bars. I buy 10 ounce kilo and 100 ounce, and I'd go out on my line of credit and buy all I could buy from all of the major refineries all around the world. And to me, they've been a much better value. You're still able to get COMEX bars, ironically. And so we can get the 1,000 ounce bars off of COMEX. Don't know how much longer we'll be able to do that. We also have a relationship with a large distributor in Canada, and some of these bars come off the large banks in Canada. So we have a supply. We've been getting in kilo, 10 ounce, and 100-ounce bars. And yes, we have coins, the Britannias, some Maple Leafs, some Eagles. But I mean, you're talking 750, 775 just for the Britannias, higher on the Maples, and I don't know, 16, 17, $18 on the Eagles. It's insanity. So there have been bars, and you can get it. We have junk silver at 1175. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's like all of a sudden these premiums are getting out of control. And is it getting out of control, or is it just the market's way of saying that the price that is quoted on COMEX is just flat out wrong? And I'll tell you, if price were a determinant of demand, as it should be in a fairly traded market, silver would be $100 an ounce or higher. And it would have been that way for a long time. And, you know, you've been right, but the manipulation and the suppression of the silver market has been extreme. I guess what I would say is different through all the time that you've been talking about this, and I've been talking about it, is the positioning of the commercial banks that are now long in the futures market, is the drawdown in physical supply. And I guess who in their right mind would want to be short in this market when the nickel market issue debacle in the London Metals Exchange in March showed just what can happen? And the concentrated short position in silver is many times what it was in nickel. It would be a epic disaster. So maybe, just maybe, the commercial banks have set a trap for the managed money who continue to go short. And maybe as prices rise, they won't come in and short the price. And price will become more a reflection of supply and of demand, because right now there's a disconnection there, and demand is well outpaced the supply, and you wouldn't know it by the price. And that's what's masquerading really what the true reality of what this market's all about right now.